We are at Rogers Rock Campground in Lake George in New York, and it's almost 7. Yeah, it's like 10 to 7. The boys are already out fishing, and it's 4th of July, which is exciting, but training doesn't stop, so... Yeah, I'm about to brush my teeth and head out. So that route I have planned is like almost 6 miles, and it's 1,500 feet of elevation. So not too bad, especially for yesterday being in the car or the truck. Took a rest day yesterday because it was a lot. So, all right, let's get to it. So excited to brush our teeth. Right, we're here. We are at 5th Peak Trail, and I'm not really sure where the trailhead is, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do my stretches. I am going to bug spray up. I should be honestly sponsored by Sawyer Bug Spray. Just shout out. Crocs here because it's 57 degrees. It's July 4th. Isn't that crazy? So I'm gonna put these on. I'm gonna stretch, and it looks like a fun trail. All right, finish putting these on. I gotta tie this one. You hear that bullfrog in the back? That's wild. There's a lot of wildlife last night. Some owls and all sorts of fun stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna be cold. I feel like I'm gonna be hot, but I didn't take a short sleeves shirt with me from the campsite. That was a mistake because I was so cold back there. I didn't think I was gonna want one. More Sawyer Bug Spray. Yeah, I know, Atlas. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. All right, I'll get you out. All right, we're gonna do this leash again. I'm hoping to eventually get to do, I'm coming, do off leash, but we gotta find the trail first. Say good morning. What do you think? What do you think? You good boy? You tangled. Oh. Ice out. The back of the shirt's wet. I don't. I think my bladder has a leak. Ah, it does. What a bummer. I don't have a spare. You know, I thought I've been like pretty sweaty recently. It's a slow leak. I don't have anything else, so I'm gonna have to just run with it. What a bummer. You go from the parking lot up here. All Trail says it's to the left. I think it's maybe down there. So, let's see. Waiting for the atlas. I can like feel that water spot. Ugh, and it's 57 degrees outside. Okay, yeah, okay. We're here. Alright, so it's called 5th Peak Trail. 5.2 miles with like 1,500 feet of elevation. So, yeah, let's do this, baby. Pretty nice single track. Well, it's been mostly a power hike. Yes, when you're staying at a place called Rogers Rock, you should expect that the local trails are going to be straight up a rock. We made it! Couple wrong turns. 4.1 miles. 21:46 gain to the top of 5th Peak. There's a lean-to up here, so you take the lean-to trail at the very end. Right. Cool. See you at the bottom. Whoop. Takes a second spill. All right. Well, we are gonna walk the rest of the way out of here. I don't know if you can tell. I took a little spill. Atlas was in front of me and he stopped. And there was like a step down almost, but there was also like a cut tree branch. And so I tried to jump at the last minute so I wouldn't run into him. And basically face planted. My elbow feels pretty bruised. And my other one has like road rash on it. But I'm very, very grateful. I was wearing a long sleeve. So, and somehow my knees got some dirt on it. But definitely not as bad on the knees as a Skyline race. So, ended at like 5.6, 5.7, like 2,100 feet of elevation. So, about what I thought I was going to get for miles, more than I thought I was going to get for elevation. Still get some miles on the way out, they'll just be a lot slower. So, all right, that's it. We are back. I gotta recover my run from yesterday. I'm a little bruised up, but I'm feeling much better. So I am going to head over to Rogers Rock, which is actually, the trailhead is in the park, which I didn't realize when I first found this trail. And I figured since it's right there, it'll be the easiest for me to head over there. It's 3.4 miles with 810 feet of elevation. So if it goes pretty easy, I might do it twice, or I might run around the park. We'll see. TBD. But I'm going to fill up my still broken bladder, which definitely leaked all over me yesterday, but surprisingly it's still holding a decent amount of water. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that and then head out. I'm also gonna switch to my Brooks Cascadia because my ultras have been giving me some pains. Not really, they feel worn out, honestly. So the treads in these are not too bad. They're smaller, like the lugs are smaller than the Olympus, but we're gonna give these a shot because I also don't think it's probably gonna be too bad in here, considering it's from like a campground. So I feel like a lot of people are on there. So it's probably not too technical. So that's that. I'm gonna fill up and get going. I'm packing. You want a sandwich?
Yeah.
I'll make you a sandwich. You want one or two?
Just one.
Just one?
Just heavy duty bar.
Heavy duty?
Yeah.
You want cheese on there?
With what?
You want cheese?
Oh yeah.
Provolone?
Yeah.
Okay. Trail. It is by campsite 210. So far, no blazes, just like orange flagging tape. So, still confusing, and glad I have all trails. All right, so we are 4/10 of a mile in, and as expected, it's straight up. So let's get to climbing. This is what we're here for, right? It was straight up, like just climbing. Look at the view! This isn't even, like, I don't even think this is the view. But I had to stop because it's gorgeous. And like, that's not what trail riding's about. All right, let's keep going. All right, we reached the top. Are you ready for this? Gorgeous. I don't even feel like I'm in New York. Feels surreal. And it goes all the way out that way. Welcome to Lake George. All right, so it was 1.4 miles to the top with 715 feet of elevation. A good chunk of it was just right at the beginning, but it's not a great, like, it's not a very well-marked, there's like a weird bee flying around me. There's not a well-marked path, so it's a little confusing. Like I said, all trails really helped, but I feel like if you didn't have all trails, that would have been difficult to find. I mean, you could just follow the edge and like the view was gorgeous the whole way that way, but you have to go through the woods. Do you see that? That's on, I don't know if it's on my glasses or my hat, but I'm really hoping it. Please go away. Yikes. Please don't come back. All right, I'm getting out of here because this bug is bothering me. And I don't want to die. Anyways, 10 out of 10 for the view, 0 out of 10 for the markings. There's sporadic flaggers tape, but then it just like kind of died off. But 10 out of 10 if you make it up here. It was a hard scramble at the beginning if you're not like very competent in that. But yeah, fun little hike if you're at Rogers Campground. Not very runnable, but it was fun. So, all right, cheers. Bye. All right, we got our run in, and now we get to do a little R&R, taking the kayaks out and maybe jumping in. Yeah, Mike's on his way out somewhere back there. We got Atlas here too. Took a nice little ride over to a cove, pulled the kayak up, swam a little bit. Mike's fishing. Atlas is unsure of the water, but it's a pretty cute little spot. So there's no dogs allowed on the beach over by Rogers Rock. You can right off the beach where you launch the kayaks, but it's kind of hard for us to have him without one of us holding him and the other person going in the water and then switching. So this is kind of a nice treat. All right, what's up? We are back in Massachusetts. It's Sunday, July 6th, and it took me about 6 hours to get home from Lake George versus the 4 hours I expected. I'm home, I'm unpacked. Atlas has been walked and fed and all the things, and now I still have to go for my run. We got up this morning, we finally had a good night's sleep. The campground was like considerably less noisy last night than the previous 2 nights when we didn't get a lot of sleep. So we slept in this morning and then broke down camp and then got on the road because we knew everybody else was going to be on the road. Anyways, long story short, I still have to do my miles for the day. So I've unpacked my Solomon vest and I'm going to finally take out the leaky bladder, which I might mess around with, but I feel like this just happens to bladders when you use them 5 days a week at least, and they're bouncing around, they get holes. But I'll check it out. I'll see if it's like something that's fixable or not. I am curious what your experiences are, so let me know in the comments. Mike was like perplexed. He was like, I've never had that happen before, and I've heard you talk about this happening. And I was like, yeah, well, I expect it to happen eventually because I use them so often. He was like, I guess that makes sense, but it kind of made me wonder if anybody else has that issue. I do secure them. This one has a nice hook. My last one didn't really have a nice hook, so I do secure them. They're not like sitting down scrunched. I just really feel like it's because I use it so often that wear and tear, it gets little holes from being scrunched or bouncing or whatever. So anyways, I bought these last two in a 2-pack. So they're 2-liter bladders. I just got them off of Amazon. So I'm going to fill this one up and load the vest. I have some mangoes, some star fruit gummy things. You can probably hear Atlas in the background. Some fruit bars and a standard gel. It is about it was 90 degrees outside anyways. I'm hoping it's about 6:17 that it's cooled down just a teeny bit, but miles have to get done, and then tomorrow morning I'll do a recovery swim, and we'll just keep on going. My arm, just as an update, so this one did bruise. I don't know if you can see that, but it did bruise considerably. This elbow, it only hurts if I squeeze it. If I pick up something heavy, it hurts back here. But overall, and that hurt. But overall, considering I couldn't move it the first day I fell, I'm very thankful that I'm okay and that I didn't really hurt myself. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to get out of here. The plan is to do 8 miles, not hilly miles. So I did do over 3,300 feet of elevation this week. So just 8 regular miles is the plan. Anyways, that wraps up this video. So if you enjoyed seeing some of my training and coming along for the ride, seeing how I fit it in with just a normal, average, everyday person's life and not being a pro runner, but still having big, scary goals, then make sure you hit that like button. Definitely subscribe so you get notified when I post my next video. And comment if you have any suggestions or thoughts about training or running or training while you're camping. I'd love to hear them and any feedback. So cool. Thanks for watching. See you next time.